Hello dear students, welcome again. In this session, we will solve the exercise 4.2. Now we are already learnt what is a determinant of a square matrix, how to find the value of determinant of order 2, of order 3, as well we discuss the properties of determinants. Now we will try to make use of the properties in order to solve the examples. Here in the first question they are given using properties of determinant and without expanding. We know how to expand the determinant, but they are insisting us not to expand the determinant, but still required to show that determinant value is 0. This is also 0, third one is also 0. You just go back to the determinant when determinant value will be equal to 0. Yes, case 1, if all the elements in any row or any column are zeros, then it will be 0. Case 2, if any two rows or two columns the entries are identical, then also value of determinant is 0. Third case, if elements of any two rows or any two columns are proportional, then also we can say that the value of determinant is 0. Now let us see how we can show that the value of this determinant as 0, that too without expansion. It is guaranteed if you expand this either by using first row or first column, you are sure to get 0. But they are insisting don't expand this. With the help of properties of determinant, our job is to show that it is equal to 0. Now let us see that. I will start with the given determinant. Make a good observation here. Either I had to make all the elements in any row, column or 0, or two rows, two column entries must be identical, or maybe two rows or two column entries are proportional. That is how I had to rearrange the elements here. If you observe well, first column first entry x, second column first entry a, third column first entry x plus a. That is the sum of these two is given here. Similarly here, yb, y plus b, zc, z plus c. By observing like this, what I do, I write C1 changes to C1 plus C2. A column operation. In the last property, we observed that for a given determinant, if I apply any number of row and column operation, value of the determinant is unaltered. With that, I am writing this column operation. What it says? To column 1, you add respective column 2 elements. This is column 1. We need to add the second column elements. That is, I am multiplying the second column by 1 and adding it to first column. What are the first elements now? First column elements, x plus a. Next, y plus b, z plus c. We didn't alter second and third column. Write them as it is, a, b, c. Now write the third column as it is, y plus x plus a, y plus b, z plus c. And now observe column 1, column 3, they are identical. So I can write value as 0. So how we written 0? Because C1 and C3 are identical. That completes the example. It is not compulsory that we have to go for changing column 1 elements. C1 changes to C1 plus C2. No such restriction. If you have any different ideas by which you can show that it is 0 using properties, that is well and good. Now, let me answer this question in another way. Instead of this operation, what I do, I write column 2 changes to column 2 plus column 1. I am adding column 1 elements to column 2. Now first column elements will be as it is x, y, z. What about second column elements now? We are adding first column to second column. So you will get x plus a, y plus b, z plus c. Now observe, second column and third column are identical. Therefore I can write it as 0. Here reason is C2 and C3 are identical. So like this you can show the value of determinant as 0 by doing any such operations. Now let us take the second one. Here also I have to show that value of determinant is 0. Again restriction, don't expand this. Without expansion I have to show that it is 0. How to show that 0? 3 possibilities. I have to alter the elements in such a way that all the elements in a row or column must be 0. The second possibility is make 2 rows, 2 columns elements as identical, otherwise at least they are proportional. Then I can write the value of determinant as 0. Now let us see which is convenient here. So this is the given determinant. Make a good observation about the elements. Here a minus b, second row first entry b minus c, third row first entry c minus c. If I add the third row and second row elements to first row, that is I am writing R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Here I combined 2 row operations written as a single one. In fact, first I have to write R1 changes to R1 plus R2. That is, I am multiplying second row elements by 1, adding it to first row. Then after this, again R1 changes to R1 plus R3. For the same first row, I am adding third row elements now. Now, if we combine these two, I can write it as a single operation like this. R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now let us see what are the resulting elements. R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Second row, third row, I have to write as it is. So this is first row elements now. I am changing first row elements. How I am changing? For the first row, I had to add second and third row elements. For this entry, what are the corresponding elements in second and third row? B minus C, C minus A. These two must be added to that. What you are going to get? A minus B plus B minus C plus C minus C. I am adding R2 and R3 elements to R1 elements. What you are going to get? Plus B minus B, minus C plus C, A minus A cancels, I get 0. Similarly, to this element now, B minus C. It is an element present in first row, second entry. The corresponding elements in other 2 rows, C minus A minus B. On adding, once again you are going to get 0. To this element C minus A, adding A minus B by B minus C, you are going to get 0. As all the elements in the first row are zeros, we can write straight away it is equal to 0, because all the elements in first row are zeros. That completes the example. It need not be like this. I can write R3 changes to R3 plus R2 plus R1. Adding R1, R2 elements to R3. In the third row, you are going to get zeros. Or maybe even for the first column, add second and third column elements. When you are doing this operation, C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. That is column 2, column 3 elements must be added to this. Now, for A minus B, it is an entry in the first column. For this entry, what are the corresponding elements in second and third column now? B minus C, C minus C. Those two must be added. You are going to get 0. For B minus C, C minus A and A minus B must be added. It will be 0. For C minus A, you have to add A minus B, B minus C, you are going to get 0. All the entries in the first column become 0. Then also value of determinant is 0. Either way you can do it. No restriction that you had to compulsorily write R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. It depends. If you look at in other ways, other ideas, you can definitely use those ideas to solve the problem. Next, in the third question, again required to show that its value is 0. Now they are given numbers. Not any row or any column contains all elements zeros. Not even proportional, not even identical. Now let me change column 3 elements. They are quite big number compared to column 1, column 2. How I can reduce? Now think of multiple of 7 which is very close to 65. Yes, 7 times of 9, 63 gives us. Now 8 times of 9, 72. It is close to this. 9 times of 9, 81. Let me write those numbers. 7 times of 9, 63. 8 times of 9, 72. 9 times of 9, 81. Now after multiplying second column by 9, you subtract in column 3. How to write that? Column 3 changes to column 3 minus 9 times of column 2. Let us see what you are going to get. We didn't alter the first column, write them as it is. Second column also as it is. Now third column elements. 65 minus 9 times of 7. 75 minus 9 times of 8. 86 minus 9 times of 9. Now first column 2, 3, 5. Second column 7, 8, 9. Third column 2, 3, 5. Now observe column 1, column 3. They are identical. Therefore its value is 0. Because C1 and C3 are identical. So without expansion, we are showing that value of determinants are 0. I hope you are following. Now we'll take the other questions. In question 4, again without expansion, we have to show that value of determinant is 0. Let me start with the given determinant. Let me rewrite this. First column 1, 1, 1. Second column BC, CA, AB. Third column, it is AB plus CA, BC plus AB. It is CA plus BC. What I do now, I will add column 2 elements to column 3. How to write that? Column 3 changes to column 3 plus column 2. Just adding column 2 elements in column 3. What you are going to get? First column remains same. Second column is also same. BC, CA, AB. Now we are adding to this. For AB plus CA, you are adding BC. Let me write in order. It is AB plus BC plus CA I get. Now for this element, BC plus AB corresponding element in column 2, CA, adding to this, you are going to get AB plus BC plus CA. Now for CA plus BC, the corresponding element in column 2, AB, add this, AB plus BC plus CA. Now look at the third column elements. They are all same, AB plus BC plus CA only. Recall the property what we discussed. In a determinant, if each element of any row are multiples of k, you can take that k common. Here, they are all AB plus BC plus CA. Let me take that whole expression, this common term outside. Taking AB plus BC plus CA common from C3. So it comes outside the determinant, AB plus BC plus CA into determinant whose first column 1, 1, 1, second column BC, CA, AB, third column what we left here 1, 1, 1. Now observe, the first column and third column are identical. I can write its value as 0. So AB plus BC plus CA into 0, that is equal to 0. That is our required RHS. So how are you able to write this? Because C1, C3 are identical. That completes the example. In the case of determinant examples, observation of elements is very important. By doing which row and column operation, we will be able to get zeros. That is, how to get zeros? I have to make all the elements in any one row or any one column zeros. Otherwise, two rows, two columns should become identical like here, or one column elements must be multiples of other, nothing but they must be proportional. So by keeping these facts, we had to think of the row and column operation or applying the properties of determinants. Now, here also question is, without expansion, we had to show that this determinant is same as 2 times of the other determinant. What you observed here is, each term containing sum of 2 terms here, but here only single terms are there. Let me reduce this term to single terms. How I can do it? I write R1 changes to R1 minus R2. First, R1 changes to R1 minus R2. Then I write again R1 changes to R1 minus R3. How I can combine these two? R1 changes to R1 minus of R2 plus R3 I can write at a stretch. That is, first add second and third row elements, subtract that sum in first row. So here I write R1 changes to R1 minus R2 plus R3. So first entry B plus C. In the second row, third row, the corresponding entries are C plus A plus B. If you add these two, what you are going to get? 2A plus C plus B. I have to subtract this. This is R2 plus R3. This is R1. I have to subtract R2 plus R3 in R1. If you do that, plus C minus C cancels, B minus B cancels. What I left here? Minus 2A. So therefore here, the first entry becomes minus 2A. I am not changing second and third row. Let them write as it is. C plus A, R plus P, Z plus Q. Third row, A plus B, P plus Q, X plus Y. Similarly, for Q plus R, in Q plus R, I had to subtract R plus P plus P plus Q. Second entry, Q plus R. Second row, third row, second entries are R plus P, P plus Q. On adding, what you get? 2P plus R plus Q. I had to subtract this. Now Q cancels, R cancels. What we left now? Minus 2P. Similarly, In y plus z, I had to subtract sum of these two. Y cancels, z cancels, minus x becomes minus 2x. So this is what the determinant we get. Now, anything common in the first row? Yes, they are all multiples of minus 2. I will take that minus 2 common. Let me write here, taking minus 2 common from R1. I get minus 2 times of determinant. First row APX, second row C plus A, R plus P, Z plus Q, third row A plus B, P plus Q, X plus Y. Now, the first row elements are all single terms. Again, observe carefully. Observe first row elements and the second row elements. You are able to see A, P, Q. I can eliminate them. How I can eliminate? I write R2 changes to R2 minus R1. Nothing but multiply first row elements by minus 1, adding it to second row elements. The same operation I written like this. If you do so, then A, P, Q cancels, left with C, R, Z. Again single elements. Again in the third row, A, P, X. So in order to eliminate them, I write R3 changes to R3 minus R1 I write. That is minus 2 times of determinant. First row, we didn't alter. Write them as it is. Second row, R2 minus R1. In C plus A, I had to subtract A. I get C. In R plus P, I had to subtract P, R. In Z plus Q, I had to subtract. Sorry, this is Z plus X. This is Z plus X. So here XX get cancels, so I left with Z. Then R3 minus R1, A cancels, B, P cancels, Q, X plus Y minus X, Y I get. This is what the determinant we left with. But look at the result to be proved. It is a plus 2 times of the determinant. First row APX matches. Second row CRZ, but it is present in third row. Here third row BQY, it is present in second row. They are shuffled. Now there is one more row operation. I can interchange these two rows. If you interchange any two rows, what the property says? The sign of value of determinant changes. So now on interchanging these two, this whole determinant sign will change. Now it is a negative. After interchanging, it becomes positive. So here I write interchanging R2 with R3. That is equal to minus 1 times of minus 2. Because I had to change the sign, minus 1 times of minus 2 into first row APX. Now second row I had to write BQY. Third row I had to write CRZ. Now this is equal to what? 2 times of the determinant. Hence the result. That completes the example. I hope you followed this. Now we'll take some more questions. In question 6 also, required to show that determinant is 0. Let me write some operation so that this determinant becomes 0. Now I multiply R1 elements by C. So what is the procedure of multiplying a real number to determinant? you need not to multiply to all the elements of the determinant. Sufficient you multiply to any one row or any one column. Here I multiply the whole determinant by C. Nothing but the equivalent statement is I multiply R1 elements by C means whole determinant is multiplied by C. If you multiply, the value of determinant definitely changes. In order to maintain the same value, I will divide by C also. Outside the determinant, I will write 1 by C. And outside dividing by C. That is 1 by C times of. I am multiplying with 1 by C means dividing the value of determinant by C. As well I have to multiply not to all the elements, any one row elements. I chosen first row elements. 0 into C, 0. It is AC minus BC. We didn't change the second and third row, write them as it is, minus A, 0, minus C, third row, BC, 0. After this, now one more operation I write, R1 changes to R1 minus B times of R2, that is, multiply second row by B, subtract that product in first row. Let me check what you are going to get. 1 by C times of write second and third row elements as it is. First row now it is 0 minus B times of R2. It is B times of minus A minus AB. Minus of minus plus AB it becomes. Now AC minus B times of this, that is 0. Third entry, third element, minus BC minus B times of R2. B times of minus C minus BC, minus of minus plus BC it becomes. Now what the resulting determinant? It is 1 by C into determinant. First row AB, AC, 0. Second row minus A, 0, minus C. Third row B, C, 0. Now observe the first row elements and third row elements. They are proportional. Here itself we can write straight away 0. Otherwise, I will treat the first row elements are all multiples of A. I will take A common. Taking A common from R1, because all the elements are multiples of A. This is A times of B, this is A times of C, this is A times of 0. So 1 by C into A into determinant. After taking A common in the first row, I get B, C, 0. Second and third row as it is. Now observe R1 and R3, they are identical. Therefore, it is A by C into 0 because R1 and R3 are identical. Hence, the value of determinant reduces to 0. That completes the example. I hope you followed this. What we did here, first I multiply first row elements by C. If you multiply any constant to one row means it is as good as multiplying to the whole determinant. So in order to maintain the same value, I had to divide that value of determinant by C. After that, we done the operation. R1 changes to R1 minus B times of R2. We obtain this. At this stage only I can write 0 because R1, R3 are proportional. Value will be 0. Otherwise, you take A common from first row. Now we are able to see R1, R3 identical. Now also you can write value as 0. Now let us answer 7th question. Here required to show that value of determinant is 4 times of a square, b square, c square. So this is the LHS. Observe first row, they are all multiples of A. Observe second row, they are multiples of B, BA. This is B times of minus B, B times of C. Third row, they are multiples of C. So here I write taking A, B, C common from R1, R2 and R3 respectively. From first row we are taking A common, from second row B, from third row C. After that, what we left here? It is A into B into C into determinant. On taking A common here, I left with minus A, B, C. Second row we are taken B common. It is A minus B, C. Third row I have taken C common, so left with A, B minus C. Observe the elements again. Not row wise, column wise you observe. So first column multiples of A, second column multiples of B, third column multiples of C. So again I write taking A, B, C common from C1, C2 and C3 respectively. We get A, B, C into one more set of A, B, C into determinant. First column minus 1, 1, 1 because we are taking common from column. So column wise I am writing. It is 1 minus 1, 1. Third column 1, 1 minus 1. What is the answer I had to get? 4 times of A square, B square, C square. Now I am already ready with A square, B square, C square. It is understood. The value of this determinant is 4. Now expand, you will get the determinant as 4. So this is A square, B square, C square into, I am expanding by R1. What are the signs? Plus, minus, plus. So it is plus of minus 1 into, leaving first row, first column, product of principal diagonal elements, minus 1 into minus 1, 1, minus the product of other diagonal elements. Then minus 1 into, leaving first row, second column, it is a minus 1, minus 1, plus 1 into, leave first row, third column, 1 plus 1 you get. So it is A square, B square, C square into 0, it is 2, it is 2. So in this way we end with 4A square, B square, C square. That completes the example. Here what I did? I expanded this without doing any row and column operation. If you do some row or column operation, there is an advantage. One way of completion is I done it. The other way of doing this is without expanding directly. Let me go for one simple operation. Here I write R1 changes to R1 plus R2. Let us see what is the advantage of this. So here A square, B square, C square. We are not changing the second and the third row. Write them as it is. You are adding second row elements to first row. 1 plus of minus 1, 0. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. 1 plus 1, 2. Able to see the advantage? 2 zeros are accumulated in the first row. Now expand by R1. That is A square, B square, C square into first element 0 multiplied by 2 determinant 0 minus second element 0 followed by 2 by 2 determinant vanishes plus 2 into, now leave first row third column, it is 1 into 1 minus of 1 into minus 1, minus of minus 1 plus 1, so it is 1 plus 1. So in this way you are able to get 4a square b square c square. That completes the example. We'll take the other questions now. In question 8, by using properties of determinant, required to show that determinant whose first column entry is 1 1 1 a b c, a square b square c square as a minus b, b minus c into c minus c. Let us see how we can get this result. Let me start with LHS. So I have to get a minus b, b minus c, c minus a. In order to show that value of determinant is a minus b, b minus c, c minus a, we'll go for planning row or column operation in such a way that all the elements in any row or column must be equal to a minus b. Such row or column operation we will plan. Why? What is the advantage from this? If all the elements in a row are multiples of k means you are allowed to take k outside. Since here I am planning for row operation in such a way that all the elements in a row or column are multiples of a minus b, then I can take out that factor a minus b outside. Similarly, next I have to plan for b minus c, next I have to plan for c minus a factor. Then expand the determinant, you are ready with the result a minus b, b minus c, c minus a. Now, if you observe carefully the elements, I need a minus b factor. In the first row a is there, here b is there. Third element a square, b square. Now, if I write the row operation, say R1 changes to R1 minus R2. I am changing R1 elements. Let us see what are the elements you are going to get. This element 1 minus 1, 0, a minus b. This is a square minus b square. Are you able to see a minus b factor here? Yes, 0 into a minus b, 1 into a minus b. This is a plus b into a minus b. I can take out that a minus b factor outside. Next, I need b minus c also. How to get b minus c? Now, I go for operating R2 changes to R2 minus R3. First I write R1 changes to R1 minus R2, then R2 changes to R2 minus R3. This is R2, this is R3, R2 minus R3, 1 minus 1, 0, b minus c, it is b square minus c square. Write third row as it is, 1c, c square. Now I write taking a minus b and b minus c common from R1 and R2 respectively. In the first row a minus b is common, in the second row b minus c is common, I am taking them. So what I get? A minus b into b minus c into determinant. After taking a minus b factor common here, in the first row I left with 0, 1, a plus b. Second row, after taking b minus c, 0, 1, b plus c. Third row, 1, c, c square. This is what we left with now. Now I need one more factor, c minus c. Either you plan c minus a factor, then expand the determinant, value of determinant will be 1. Otherwise, at this stage only I can expand it using column 1. Definitely you are ending with c minus a. Either of these two methods you can use. Okay, let me show one by one. Now, I need C minus a factor. In order to get C minus a factor, I can plan for row or column operation. Like R2 changes to R2 minus R1, right? Because here C, here A, BB will get cancels. Alright, R2 changes to R2 minus R1. By this, it is A minus B, B minus C into, I am changing R2, write R1 elements as it is, as well R3 elements as it is, 1C, C square. Now change R2. R2 minus R1, 0 minus 0, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, B plus C minus of A plus B, B minus B get cancels, C minus A I get. Now look at the second row elements, they are multiples of C minus A, I will take it outside, taking C minus A common. From R2, we get, it is A minus B, B minus C into C minus A into determinant. First row 0, 1 A plus B, second row 0, 0, 1, third row 1 C, C square. Now let me expand it using column 1, expanding by C1. What you are going to get? It is A minus B, B minus C into C minus A into bracket. I am expanding. First two entries are 0, 0 minus 0 plus 1 into, because 0 multiplied by 2 determinant is 0. Now 1 into, leave first column, third row, then this 2 by 2 determinant. I have to evaluate 1 minus 0. That is 1 minus 0. The value of this expression is 1. So I left with A minus B, B minus C into C minus A. By this you are able to get the result. So we planned the row operations in order to get all the three factors, A minus B, B minus C, C minus A. Otherwise, here itself, after getting two factors A minus B, B minus C, what we can do is, instead of any row operations, I will expand here, expanding by C1. In this case I get A minus B, B minus C into 0 multiplied by 2 by 2 determinant minus 0 plus 1 into, leave first column, third row, it is 1 into B plus C, minus 1 into A plus B, it is minus A minus B. Now plus B minus B cancel, left with C minus A. So it is A minus B into B minus C into C minus A. That is our required RHS. Like this also you can do it. I hope you followed this. Here students may even think of applying one more row operation here. Here I applied only 2 rows. Maybe some of the students will think of, let me check, I am going to get C minus A factor by using one more row operation. Like here I need C minus A. What I can do? R3 changes to R3 minus R1 if I write. Let me include one more. R3 changes to R3 minus R1. If I do this, then what are the third row elements now? What are the third row elements now? What you are going to get? Yes, what would be the elements? What you are going to get? Third row elements, shall I write like this? R3 minus R1, 1 minus 1, 0, it is a C minus A, it is C square minus A square. Of course, you can take C minus A factor common from third row. But look at the first column elements. They are all 0. Then what happens to the value of determinant? It will be equal to 0. So now the question is whether value of determinant is 0 or it should be shown as a minus b, b minus c into c minus a. Which is right? Definitely this is wrong. So where we went wrong? Where we done the mistake? Question arises, can't we apply 3 row operation at a time? Yes, you are allowed to do it. Any number of row operations at a stretch you can apply. For this I applied initially only 2. There is no restriction to apply this one. Definitely you are allowed to apply this. But here the problem is what we done is we changing R3 elements as R3 minus R1. What are the R1 elements? What are the row 1 elements? Do you feel that they are 1a square? No, they are no more 1a square because here we already changed the first row elements. How we are changing? R1 changes to R1 minus R2. Here it is the R1 elements. So after applying this operation, the elements of first row of the determinant no more 1a square. They change to 0, a minus b, a square minus b square. But here what we did, we are referring to the values 1a, a square. That is earlier values only we are applying. That is wrong. Because here we already changed the first row elements. You are not supposed to take once again 1a, a square. In order to use this, of course you can apply, instead of referring 1a, a square, R1 elements must be taken as 0, a minus b, a square minus b square. That is why we avoided that. Is it clear? So therefore, this kind of mistakes you should not do it. Of course, you can apply more than 3 row operation or column operation at a time, but this care must be taken. I hope it is clear. Okay, now we'll move on to answering this question. Here I had to show that determinant is a minus b, b minus c, c minus c into a plus b plus c. Let me start with LHS. So this is the LHS part. Now again I have to go for planning a minus b, b minus c, c minus a. In order to get a minus b, look at column 1, column 2. I subtract 2 in 1, that is C1 changes to C1 minus C2. If you do that, 1 minus 1, 0, a minus b, a cube minus b cube. A cube minus b cube can be written as a minus b times of a square plus ab plus b square. So from column 1 I can take a minus b common. Here one more thing you had to notice, whenever in a determinant, if any one column contains all the entries as 1, 1, 1, the hint is row wise subtraction operation will be there. That is what we did, row wise subtraction. Not only we will get some zeros after that expansion, after that row operation, along with that the required factor is also ready. Here the elements 1, 1, 1 not present in column. If they are present in column, I can go for row wise subtraction. Since they are present in row, then I had to go for column wise subtraction. Then not only you are going to get some entries as 0, as well you are able to get the required factors a minus b, b minus a, c minus a, etc. If you are not comfortable with this, what you can do is, I can write it as, this determinant is same as, I am writing first row elements in first column, second row elements in second column, third row elements in third column. How come these two determinant values are same? Recall the very first property. If you interchange rows into columns, the value of determinant is unaltered. That is, determinant of matrix A is same as the determinant of its transpose. using that property I written. Either you can start with this or you can interchange like this also. If you are using, then row wise subtraction. If you are using this, then column wise subtraction will be there. Okay. So here I already did it by row operation. Let me do it by column operation. So here I change column 1. Column 1 changes to column 1 minus column 2. Column 2 changes to column 2 minus column 3. Then this is column 1, this is column 2. Column 1 minus column 2, 1 minus 1, 0, A minus B. It is A cube minus B cube. Then column 2 changes to column 2 minus column 3, 1 minus 1, 0, B minus C. It is B cube minus C cube. Third column 1C, C cube as it is. Now taking A minus B and B minus C common from column 1 and column 2 respectively. So with this, it is A minus B, B minus C into determinant. In the first column, I have taken A minus B factor common, 0, 1. It is A square plus AB plus B square. From second column, B minus C common. It is 0, 1, B square plus BC plus C square. Third column I have to write as it is 1C, C cube. This is what I get. I need to get two more factors. Another is C minus A, another is A plus B plus C. In the earlier example, what I did, in order to show that it is a product of three factors, after getting two factors, you can expand the determinant. Here, four factors are there. Let me plan for one more factor, that is a C minus A. How I can get C minus A factor now? I will write C1 changes to C1 minus C2. So here A minus B, B minus C into determinant. I am not changing column 2 and column 3. Let them write as it is. It is 0, 1, B square plus BC plus C square, 1C, C cube. Let us see what first column elements are. Column 1 minus column 2. First element 0 minus 0, 0, 1 minus 1, 0. Now I have to subtract these two. That is A square plus AB plus B square. In this I have to subtract this. It is B square plus BC plus C square. On subtraction of these two. So B square cancels, A square minus C square plus AB minus BC. So this A square minus C square, I will write it as A minus C into A plus C, plus here B is common, B into A minus C. Now let me write, it is a minus of C minus A into A plus C minus B into C minus A. Now I take minus of C minus A factor common. Minus of C minus A factor common. What I left with? It is A plus C plus B. This is what I get. Let me write straight away there. It is a minus of C minus A into A plus B plus C. I am writing that factor here. It is C minus A into, that is minus of C minus A into A plus B plus C. Minus of C minus A into A plus B plus C. Then second column elements 0, 1, b square plus bc plus c square. Third column 1c c cube. Now you can take c minus a factor common from c1. Taking c minus a common from c1. By this you are going to get a minus b, b minus c, c minus a into determinant 0 0 minus of a plus b plus c. Second column 0 1 b square plus bc plus c square. Third column 1c c cube. This is what we get. Now I expand this c1. It is a minus b into b minus c into c minus a into, either you can expand by first column or even first row because two zeros are there. Okay, let me expand by r1. First element 0, second element 0, plus 1 into signs plus minus plus. Now 1 into, leave first row, third column 0 into this expression 0. Next minus of product of these two, minus of minus plus. So it is a plus b plus c. So in this way we end with a minus b, b minus c, c minus a into a plus b plus c. That completes the example. So in order to prove these results, we need to observe the elements carefully and what the result we need to prove. In this case, we had to show that the determinant is a minus b, b minus c, c minus a into a plus b plus c. Accordingly, we had to plan for row and column operation. In order to get a minus b factor, by observing the elements, what I observed is, when I subtract second column in 1, I am able to get a minus b. When I subtract third column in second column, I am able to get b minus c. Two factors are ready. After getting those two factors, the determinant elements are quite simple now. Now plan for getting one more factor, c minus a. After that, if you expand, the fourth factor will be ready with you. Now, we will take the next question. In ninth question, required to show that determinant is x minus y, y minus z, z minus x into xy plus yz plus zx. Now, we will go for answering this. Let me start with LHS part. This is the LHS. Now, plan for row or column operation in order to get the factor x minus y or maybe y minus z or maybe z minus x, whichever is convenient. Now if I observe r1 and r2, when I subtract r2 in r1, I am able to get x minus y factor common. That is why I am saying observation of elements is very important, and what the result we need to prove. Based on these two, we had to plan our row and column operation. So first I write r1 changes to r1 minus r2. So what are the entries in the first row now? r1 minus r2, x minus y, x square minus y square. This is yz minus zx. What is common here? Z is common. You will get y minus x. yz minus zx. Z is common, you will get y minus x. Now, if you subtract r3 in r2, that is r2 changes to r2 minus r3. What are the second row elements now? Y minus z. y square minus z square. Zx minus xy, x is common, you will get z minus y. Write third row elements as it is, z square xy. Now write taking x minus y and y minus z common from R1 and R2 respectively, we get it is x minus y into y minus z into determinant. On taking x minus y factor common, first element 1, second element x plus y, third element minus z. From second row I am taking y minus z factor common, left with 1, y plus z, here minus x. Write third row elements as it is, z square xy. Now plan for one more factor, that is z minus x. How I can get it? I write R2 changes to R2 minus R1. It is x minus y, y minus z into, we are not changing the first row, 1 x plus y minus z. Not changing the third row, write them as it is, z square xy. We are changing the second row, R2 minus R1, 1 minus 1, 0. Y plus z minus of x plus y, y minus y cancels, I get z minus x. Minus x minus of minus z, it is z minus x. Now you see in the second row, z minus x factor. Taking z minus x common from R2, we get x minus y, y minus z, z minus x into determinant. First row 1 x plus y minus z. Second row 0 z minus x, 0 1 1. Third row z square xy. Now out of 4, 3 factors already, we will expand the determinant, preferably by column 1 because 1 0 is there. So we get x minus y, y minus z, z minus x into, what are the signs? Plus minus plus, plus 1 into, leave first row, first column, 1 into xy minus z square into 1 minus 0 plus z into, now you have to leave first column because that is present in first column, third row by leaving this x plus y into 1, x plus y minus 1 into minus z minus of minus plus z it is equal to x minus y, y minus z, z minus x into, simplify this, xy minus z square plus zx plus yz plus z square minus z square cancels, left with the required result. It is x minus y, y minus z, z minus x into xy plus yz plus zx. That is our required RHS. That completes the example. Quite simple, provided you know how to plan row and column operations. Remember this kind of examples in the board exam for 4 marks. It will be in part E. That is, it will be 10 mark question, 6 plus 4. The second sub question which carries 4 marks will be one of the question from determinant chapter. So this kind of examples will be there. You need to practice well. Now let us take the 10th question. There are 2 sub questions, 1 and 2. I am solving the first one, you try second one. So here, in order to show that the determinant is the product of factors 5x plus 4 into 4 minus x whole square. How many factors are there? 3 factors. One is 5x plus 4, other two 4 minus x. At a stretch, you cannot take 4 minus x whole square. You split it into 2, 4 minus x into 4 minus x. Now let us try to answer this. This is the LHS. Now check, are you going to get 4 minus x factor or 5x plus 4? Very easily. If I observe first column, second column, third column, add third column, second column to first column elements. That is, for this element x plus 4, you need to add 2x and 2x. That is 4x you had to add. How much it becomes? 5x plus 4. In column 1, you are going to get 5x plus 4. For this element, x plus 4 and 2x are get added. You will get 5x plus 4. For this 2x, I need to add 2x and x plus 4. Once again, you are going to get 5x plus 4. So by changing column 1 changes to column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3. That is by adding column 3, column 2 to column 1, all the elements in the first column will be 5x plus 4. Either this, or if you observe the row wise addition, I am adding row wise. I am adding R3, R2 to R1. Even then also, you are able to get 5x plus 4. So here flexibility is there. Either you can go for column operation or row operation. Either C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3, or you can try with R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. Both the way you can do it. Now let me write any one of them. So I write C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Then I am adding column 2, column 3 to this. 2x added to x plus 4. It becomes 5x plus 4. X plus 4, 2x is added to 2x. You are going to get 5x plus 4. 2x and x plus 4 is added to 2x. You are going to get 5x plus 4. Write rest of the two columns as it is. Now taking 5x plus 4 common from C1, we get 5x plus 4 into first column 1, 1, 1, second column 2x, x plus 4, 2x, third column 2x, 2x, x plus 4. We are ready with one of the factor. Observe again, look at first column elements, they are all 1. We already come across this kind of situation, what I said. Whenever you get all entries in any one column, they are all equal to 1, go for row wise subtraction. Two advantages. One is you will get zeros. As well, you will get that required factor 4 minus x. That is guaranteed. Now, I will write R2 changes to R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1. Say R3 changes to R3 minus R1. Let us say by doing this what you are going to get. 5x plus 4 into determinant. I am not changing the first row, write it as it is. I am changing second row, R2 minus R1, 1 minus 1, 0, x plus 4 minus 2x, it is minus x plus 4, 2x minus 2x, 0. R3 changes to R3 minus R1, 1 minus 1, 0, 2x minus 2x, 0, x plus 4 minus 2x, you will get 4 minus x. Are you able to see? Now in the second row, third row, I can take 4 minus x common. Taking 4 minus x common from R2 and R3. So it is 5x plus 4 into, I am taking x minus 4 common from second row. As well I am taking x minus 4 common from third row also. Then what I get? In the first row 1, 2x, 2x. Second row 0. Here minus x plus 4 is there. We are taking x minus 4. I have to write minus 1, 0. Then here 0, 0, minus 1. So now in the next step, it is 5x plus 4 into x minus 4 whole square into, you expand the determinant. Expanding by C1 plus 1 into, leave first row, first column, minus 1 into minus 1, 1, 1 minus 0. Next two elements are 0, minus 0 plus 0. The value of this expression is 1. So in this way we get 5x plus 4 into x minus 4 whole square. That is our required RHS. I hope you followed this. Second sub question in 10th one, you please make an attempt. We will take the 11th question. In 11th question, required to show that determinant is a plus b plus c whole cube. How many factors? 3 factors are involved. So I have to plan for taking factor a plus b plus c. So plan for row or column operation so that in that particular row or in that particular column all the entries must be a plus b plus c so that we can take it common. Now observe the elements carefully. In what way we are going to get a plus b plus c? You observe the elements row wise. This is first element in first row, this is first element in second row, this is first element in third row. Add all this, that is R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. I am adding second row, third row elements to first row elements, corresponding first row elements. When I add 2b to this, it becomes plus b. When I add 2c to this, it becomes plus c. I mean, you are going to get a plus b plus c. 2c and 2a added to this written in the first row. So you are going to get a plus b plus c. Again, by adding these 3 elements, you are going to get a plus b plus c. Write second and third row as it is. Now taking a plus b plus c common from R1, we get the factor a plus b plus c into determinant whose first row elements are 1, 1, 1. Second row 2b, b minus c minus a, 2b. Third row 2c, 2c, c minus a minus b. Observe again, all the elements in first row are all 1. Now column wise subtraction so that you will get not only zeros, as well you will get the required factor a plus b plus c, that is guaranteed. Now let me write C1 changes to C1 minus C2 and C2 changes to C2 minus C3. Now a plus b plus c into first column changes to column 1 minus column 2, 1 minus 1, 0, 2b minus of this. You see here in 2b I had to subtract b minus c minus c. We are subtracting 2b minus b, b, 0 minus of minus c plus c plus c. Nothing but a plus b plus c you get. Here 2c minus 2c, 0. Column 3 minus column 2. Sorry, column 2 minus column 3. 1 minus 1, 0. b minus c minus a. In this I have to subtract 2b. b minus 2b minus b minus c minus c. Nothing but I can write it as a minus of a plus b plus c. This is 2c minus of this. In 2c, I had to subtract c minus a minus b. If you do this, what you are going to get? A plus b plus c. So third column written as it is. Now you are able to take a plus b plus c common from first column as well second column. So taking a plus b plus c common, from C1 as well C2. Already one a plus b plus c factor is there. Along with this, two more factors will come. Two factors, a plus b plus c, one from column 1, another from column 2. It is a plus b plus c whole square into determinant. First column 0 1 0. Second column 0 minus 1 1. Third column 1 2b c minus a minus b. So we are already ready with a plus b plus c whole cube. It is understood the value of determinant will be equal to 1. Let us see that now. Expanding by R1 because two zeros are there. It is a plus b plus c whole cube into first element 0, second element 0, third element 1 into, leave first row, third column, 1 into 1, 1 minus 0. Nothing but this whole determinant value is 1. So in this way, it is a plus b plus c whole cube. Hence the result. Now we will move on to solving the second one. Here we had to show that it is a 2 times of x plus y plus z whole cube. That is the 3 factors we need to take common. Plan for row or column operation in such a way that after completion of that row or column operation, each element in that row or each element in that particular column must contain what? X plus y plus z, so that you can take that factor common. Let me do that now. Start with LHS. Observe the elements. Column wise you observe. First element x plus y plus 2z. In the second column first element x. In the third column first element y. Adding these two elements to this, what you are going to get? 2x, 2y plus 2z. So I write C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. That is, we are adding the second column, third column entries to the corresponding first column elements. By that, you are going to get 2x plus 2y plus 2z in the first column. So here x plus y plus 2z plus x plus y, you are going to get 2x plus 2y plus 2z. In the first column, second entry is z. In the second column, second entry is y plus z plus 2x. In the third column, the entry is y. Add these three now. Z plus y plus z plus 2x plus y. You are ending with 2x plus 2y plus 2z. Third number, third element in the first column. Third element in the second column. Third element in the third column. Add this. You are going to get again 2x plus 2y plus 2z. Write second and third column as it is. We didn't alter. Y plus z plus 2x, x, here y, z plus x plus 2y. Now write taking 2 times of x plus y plus z common from C1. We left with 2 times of x plus y plus z into determinant. First column entries 1 1 1. Second column x, y plus z plus 2x, x. Third column it is y, z plus x plus 2y. Now observe here, elements in the first column are all 1. What next? Row I subtraction. Not only you will get some zeros in the determinant, as well the required factor x plus y plus z you are going to get. That is guaranteed. Now R2 changes to R2 minus R1. R3 changes to R3 minus R1. It is a 2 times of x plus y plus z into determinant. First row 1 x y as it is. Now R2 changes to R2 minus R1. Corresponding elements I have to subtract. 1 minus 1, 0. Y plus z plus 2x minus x. You will get x plus y plus z. Y minus y, 0. Column, row 3 changes to R3 minus R1. 1 minus 1, 0. X minus x, 0. Z plus x plus 2y minus y. You will get x plus y plus z. Now observe second row and third row. You are able to see that factor common. We will take it common now. Taking x plus y plus z common from R2 and R3 respectively, we get it is a 2 times of x plus y plus z already there. 2 more factors we are taking. It is x plus y plus z whole square into determinant. First row 1 x y. When you are taking common from rows, you write the elements row wise. Then in the second row 0 1 0. Third row 0 0 1. Now expanding by C1. So it is 2 times of x plus y plus z whole cube into 1 into. For expanding by C1, the signs are plus minus plus, plus 1 into. Leave first row, first column, 1 minus 0. Next element 0. Next element in the first column 0. Again, the value of this determinant is 1. So in this way, we end up with 2 times of x plus y plus z whole cube. That is our required RHS. So in these examples, more importantly, we need to practice to observe the elements of the determinant and what the result is going to be proved. Based on that, accordingly, we need to plan round column operation. That will come by practice. So we practice as many as examples, then you will also came to know by just observing the determinant elements, you definitely are able to plan the rows and column operations. There is no fixed procedure for this. Okay, we take the next example. In 12th question, required to show that determinant is 1 minus x cube whole square. But here, by doing any row or column operation, we fail to get 1 minus x cube factor. Either subtract one row in another or column wise subtraction, we fail to get 1 minus x cube factor. So equivalently, this 1 minus x cube can be written as what? It is 1 minus x into 1 plus x square. A cube minus b cube, a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So 1 minus x cube whole square means 1 minus x into 1 plus x square whole square. Nothing but it is 1 minus x whole square into 1 plus x square whole square. Equivalently, we had to consider this. Nothing but I need to get 4 factors. 1 minus x factors 2, 1 plus x square, 2 factors. Now let us plan for either 1 minus x or 1 plus x square. If you observe here the elements, it is quite simple to guess. Easy to obtain 1 plus x square factor. Either you can add column 2, column 3 to column 1. 1 plus x square plus 1 plus x plus x square plus 1. You are ending with 1 plus x square. That is C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Or even you can add row wise. For R1 elements, you add R2 and R3 elements. Then also you are going to get 1 plus x square. Either of these two. But here I taken C1 changes to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Then what are the first column elements? To 1 I had to add x and x square. So 1 plus x square. To this element x square I had to add 1 and x. So I get 1 plus x square. Here also for x I had to add x square and 1. By this I get 1 plus x square. Write second and third columns as it is. Now look at the first column entries. They are all 1 plus x square. It is one of the required factor. Take common. Taking 1 plus x square common from C1, we get 1 plus x square into determinant. First column 1 1 1. Second column x1 x square. Third column x square x1. Now again notice the first column entries. They are all 1. What next? Definitely row wise subtraction. So it is 1 plus x square into determinant. Here R2 changes to say R2 minus R1. R3 changes to R3 minus R1. I write. Not only we get two zeros, as well you will get the factor either 1 minus x or 1 plus x square. That is guaranteed. Let us see now. Write R1 elements as it is. 1x square. R2 changes to R2 minus R1. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 minus x minus x square. R3 changes to R3 minus R1. 1 minus 1, 0. X square minus x. 1 minus x square. Now, observe the second and third row elements. Definitely 1 minus x factor is there. So, taking 1 minus x common from R2 as well R3. Here 1 minus x minus x square means what? It is x into 1 minus x. Here x square minus x is there. It is a minus x times of 1 minus x. By taking minus x common, you will end with 1 minus x. In this way, these two will be containing 1 minus x. What about 1 minus x square? As usual, 1 minus x into 1 plus x. So, in the second row 1 minus x factor, in the third row also 1 minus x factor. So, what we left here? 1 plus x square into 1 minus x whole square, because two factors were taking common. 1 minus x from R2, another 1 minus x from R3. 1 minus x into 1 minus x, 1 minus x whole square it becomes. So, now what the resulting determinant by this? First row as it is 1 x square. Second row 0 1. What x minus x square is? X times of 1 minus x. So, I left with x. In the third row also I am taking 1 minus x common. It is 0 times of 1 minus x. This is minus x times of 1 minus x. So, I left with minus x. Here 1 plus x into 1 minus x. After taking 1 minus x, you left with 1 plus x. So, out of 4 factors, 3 factors are ready with us. What next? You just expand, because 2 zeros are already accumulated in the column 1. So, write expanding by C1. It is 1 plus x square into 1 minus x whole square into, I am expanding by C1, 1 into, leave first row, first column, It is 1 into 1 plus x. 1 plus x minus of minus x into x minus x square minus of minus plus x square. Next two elements in that column are 0. So it is 1 plus x square into 1 minus x whole square into 1 plus x square. So in this way it is 1 minus x into 1 plus x square whole square. That is equal to 1 minus x cube whole square. So that is our required RHS. That completes the example. I hope you are following. The main idea is planning of row and column operation is very important. That I am keep telling, you will get by practice, observe the elements and what is the result to be proved, based on that you have to plan it. Okay, next we will take the 13th question. In 13th question, we have to show that determinant is 1 plus a square plus b square whole cube. When compared to earlier examples, this is quite different, because by doing directly row and column operation, we fail to get this factor 1 plus a square plus b square. So here idea is we need to alter the elements now in order to get 1 plus a square plus b square. Now let us see how I can do it. Again here the more importance for observation of elements. By doing what row or column operation, I am able to get that. Now observe column 1 and column 3 elements. The first element in the first column, 1 plus a square minus b square is there. This element, first element in column 3, minus 2b is there. By doing what changes to these elements, I am able to get 1 plus a square plus b square. Is it possible or not? I multiply this with minus b. What it becomes? Plus 2b square. That is, I am multiplying the elements of column 3 by minus b. Then add it to first column. When 2b square is added to this, what you are going to get? Definitely 1 plus a square plus b square. So idea is C1 changes to C1 minus b times of C3. I hope you get it. Next. Now observe second column and third column. Second column element 2ab, third column element minus 2b. This one 1 minus a square plus b square, this element 2a. Now again, think of the basic operation so that the elements in the second column should become what? Multiple of 1 plus a square plus b square. How I can get it? Here 1 minus a square plus b square is there. Here 2a is there. Okay? I multiply this 2a with a. What it becomes? 2a square. Add that 2a square to this element. Nothing but now I am multiplying column 3 elements by a and then adding it to second column. So I write column 2 changes to column 2 plus a times of column 3. Got it? Okay. Now let me write the resulting elements. Already shown this 1 plus a square minus b square. To this element, what I have to add? Minus b times of column 3. Minus b times of minus 2b is what? Plus 2b square. When plus 2b square is added to this, I end up with 1 plus a square plus b square. In the first column, second element 2ab. Multiply this with minus b it becomes minus 2ab. When minus 2ab is added to 2ab, how much I get? 0. Yes, 0 is also multiple of 1 plus a square plus b square. Now, here 2b is there. Then, I multiply this with minus b. What you are going to get? Minus b plus a square b plus b cube I get. Adding this, what you are going to get? 2b minus b plus a square b plus b cube. Now you take b common. What do you get? 1 plus a square plus b square. So let me write here. It is b times of 1 plus a square plus b square. I hope you understood. Now second column. How you are changing second column? C2 changes to C2 plus a times of C3 now. 2ab plus a times of this minus 2ab. What you are going to get? 0. Now 1 minus a square plus b square is there in the second column, second element. Corresponding to this 2a is there. I am multiplying with a. So what do we get? 2a square. I have to add them. What you are going to get? 1 plus a square plus b square. So write that element here. 1 plus a square plus b square. Then here minus 2a is there. Third element. I have to multiply this by a. What do you get? A minus a cube minus a b square. On adding minus 2a plus a minus a cube minus a b square. Take minus a common. It is 1 plus a square plus b square. So therefore here minus a times of 1 plus a square plus b square. We are not altering the third column. Write third column elements as it is. What they are? It is minus 2b, 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. Now if you observe, first column, second column, those two columns we altered. After this column operations, I am able to see 1 plus a square plus b square factor common. So I can take them common. So write taking 1 plus a square plus b square common from C1 and C2. So I get 1 plus a square plus b square whole square because two factors are there. In the first column 1 0b, in the second column 0 1 minus a, third column minus 2b, 2a, 1 minus a square minus b square. So two factors are ready. I need to get one more factor. Out of 3, 2 factors are ready. Direct expansion. By direct expansion, you are able to get the other result. So let me expand it by say R1. So here 1 plus a square plus b square into 1 into leaving first row, first column. It is 1 time of this 1 minus a square minus b square minus of product of these two minus of minus 2a square means it is plus 2a square. Next element 0. No need to write that determinant of order 2. Next minus 2b into, now you have to leave first row because minus 2b is present in first row and third column. 0 into minus a, 0 minus b. It is 1 plus a square plus b square into 2a square minus a square 1 plus a square, this is minus b square, here minus 2b into minus b plus 2b square. It is 1 plus a square plus b square into 1 plus a square plus b square. Together It becomes 1 plus a square plus b square whole cube. That is our required RHS. I hope you followed. This column operation planning is very important here. I am keep telling, it will come by practice. You should practice to observe the elements very carefully, and what is the result we have to get. Based on that, you have to plan the row and column operations. Let us move on to 14th question. In 14th question, required to show that determinant is 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. It is quite surprising because not all the elements contains a square, b square, c square terms, so that by adding rows and columns, chances of getting this factor. But now it contains AB, AC, BC, something like that. So now I had to alter the elements in such a way that each term must contain either a square, b square or c square. In order to modify the elements like that, what I had to do is, I multiply first row elements by a. You are multiplying first row elements by a means it is as good as multiplying to the whole determinant. As we multiply some number to the determinant, obviously its value changes. To retain the same value, I had to simultaneously divide by the same number a. So I am dividing and multiplying by a. Multiplying by a means you just multiply to only first row elements. Multiply second row elements by b. Nothing but again we are multiplying the value of determinant by b. To retain the same value, I had to divide by b. Multiply third row by c, as well divide by c. Let us see what the changes you are going to get. So let me write multiplying R1, R2 and R3 by A, B and C, as well dividing the determinant by A into B into C, so that value remains same. So I have to write 1 by ABC times of determinant, that is I am dividing the value of determinant by ABC, because I am multiplying by ABC also. On multiplying first row by A, I get A cube plus A square B, A square C. Second row I am multiplying by B, so it is A B square, it is B cube plus B, B square C. Third row elements by C, it is C square A, C square B, C cube plus C. This is what we get. Now observe the elements column wise. Column wise you observe. Now I can take A common from C1, B common from C2 and C common from C3. Taking A, B, C common from C1, C2 and C3 respectively, we get one by ABC into A into B into C determinant. From the first column I took A common, left with what? A square plus 1. This is B square. This element becomes C square. From second column B common, A square, B square plus 1, C square. Third column C is taken common, left with A square, B square, C square plus 1. So that now ABC get cancels. Now observe the elements after this changes. Before that we have this Now, if you observe each element of the determinant, either a square, b square or c square, now definitely I can plan for either row or column operation in order to get all the elements in that row or all the elements in that particular column contains what? 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. Definitely it is possible. Now observe here, here 1 plus a square, here b square, here c square, that is R1, R2, R3. We are adding R2 and R3 elements to R1. So write R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. By this, to this element 1 plus a square, I had to add b square and c square. What we get? 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. To the element a square, I had to add b square plus 1 and c square. I get 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square. Again, to this element a square, I had to add b square and c square plus 1. I get a square plus b square plus c square plus 1. Write second row, third row as it is. B square plus 1, b square. Third row, c square plus 1. Now taking 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square common, from R1, we get 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square into determinant. First row contains 1, 1, 1. Second row, third row as it is. B square plus 1, b square. Third row, c square plus 1. Now we are ready with the result, but this still determinant is there. If you expand, you have to get 1. But don't try to expand directly, it takes long time because of this expression. Look at first row elements, they are all 1, 1, 1. Means I can make 2 zeros by column subtraction. If zeros are there, what is the advantage? In very simplest way, we can evaluate the determinant. So here the operations are C2 changes to C2 minus C1, C3 changes to C3 minus C1. Now 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square into determinant. I am not changing the first column. 1 b square c square. Second column, column 2 minus column 1. 1 minus 1, 0. 1 plus b square minus b square, 1. C square minus c square, 0. Now column 3 changes to column 3 minus column 1. 1 minus 1, 0. B square minus b square, 0. C square plus 1 c square, that is 1. If you observe, elements above the diagonal are all 0. Product of diagonal itself is the value of determinant. Means you are going to get 1. So it is equal to 1 plus a square plus b square plus c square into 1. That is our required RHS. Or else you can write expanding by R1. You expand it, you will get 1. So then you are ready with the result. I hope you followed. This is very important part here. To make the changes to the elements of determinant, what we did is, we multiplied first row by A, second row by B, third row by C. According to one of the property, if you are multiplying a constant to a determinant means, enough you multiply to any one row. Since I multiplied A to first row, it is as good as multiplying to the whole determinant. So, I multiplied A, B, C. In order to retain the same value, I had to divide value of the determinant by ABC. That is why here 1 by ABC times of, I multiply A to first row, B to second row, C to third row. Then we took A, B, C common from C1, C2, C3. Then we are able to get this determinant. Now all the terms contains A square, B square, C square. By doing a row operation, R1 changes to R1 plus R2 plus R3. The elements of first row, 1 plus a square plus b square c square, take that common factor, left with this. The value of this determinant will be 1. Instead of expanding directly, what we did is we make some of the elements 0. Possibility is there, we can make it 0 because all these elements are 1 1 1. By doing subtraction of columns, you are able to get zeros. Then expand, you are ready with the result. Last, finally, we left with the 2 multiple choice question. They are simple, we will answer them also. 15th question. Let A be a square matrix of order 3 by 3, means it is a square matrix of order 3. Then determinant of k times of A. I hope you remember, I already written the formula associated with this. If A is a square matrix of order n, then it is k to the power of n times of determinant of A, where n is order of the matrix. What is the order of the matrix here? 3. Therefore, which is the right option? Option C. If it is order 2, k square times of determinant of A it will be. A very simple question. Then which of the following statement is correct? First option says determinant is a square matrix. Is it so? Is the determinant is a square matrix? Definitely not. Determinant means it is associated to a matrix, number associated to matrix. Determinant nothing but it represents some number. Square matrix different. So therefore determinant is not a square matrix. Determinant is different, matrix is different. Second option says determinant is a number associated to matrix. It is quite near to the right answer. Determinant is a number, of course, correct. This part is correct. Associated to matrix they are saying. Can we associate number to all matrices? No, only for square matrix you can assign. So in this way, this is also not a right statement. Part of the statement is correct. Determinant is a number associated to. Determinant of a number is correct, but associated to not any matrix, only for square matrix. That statement is here. So determinant is a number associated to square matrix. So therefore option C is the right answer. They are very quite simple examples. So provided you understood the definition properly, then you can answer these questions very easily. So with this we completed exercise 4.2. We shall meet again in the next class. Thank you.